Well, hi. I wanted to take just a few minutes to walk you through your student survey information just so you know how to access it and to understand some of the details that are in it. To start, you want to go to your IOTA portal, and that's at moody.iota.cc. You enter your Moody email address and then also enter your password and click login. And then you can go to the tab that's called Evaluations and View Evaluations. And then I am going to go to a recent test here. This is a sample test session that I've had put together specifically for this class. And click on this. And here I am. Here's my class number here from the recent class that I taught. And if I click on this, this brings up this first page here, and this page you can see where students have rated you, and that's marked by these arrows here that show where you are on a scale of 1 to 5. The goal that Dr. Spencer has laid out for us is that he wants our averages to be in this 4.45 range. So the goal is for these arrows to all be over here in this section. And this is was just a fake course that we set up. But when you look at your course, your own courses, this middle number is the average that you scored. This number in this column will be the number that is the average for that particular term across all of our courses. And this will be the standard deviation will be viewed here in this column. And then the difference, either plus or minus here, will tell you how you did compared to this average. So again, since this is the only class, there's only one other number here. But so if across the institution, this number was actually a 5, and I scored a 4, maybe the standard deviation would be 0.5. And then since I would be above that negatively by a 1 whole point, this number here would show as a -1, and it would be in red because it is greater than or less than the standard deviation. So these numbers here, if they're in green, means that you did significantly better than the standard deviation in the score, and if they're in red, they mean you did significantly less than. The first 6 questions here address the issues with actual course design and how it was developed, and then the remaining 10 questions are specifically about how students view your interaction in the course and how that works out. When you look over here at the viewing and printing options, this page that we're on currently is the benchmark page. If you go to the view graphs and comments page, this will show you a breakdown of what was scored on each of the questions. So again, in some of these classes, when there's a pretty small number, it's more important to kind of look at where the mode, the number that appears the most often is, as opposed to just the strict average. So here, you had one student who strongly disagreed, but 6 of the 7 students agreed or strongly agreed. And so that kind of gives you an idea of where you're at. But in this one, most of the students agreed, but you had 2 students who were in that neutral or disagree range, so you may want to think about that particular one a little bit more. And so you can kind of see how students have done this. So here, like in this area, involvement in the discussion board for this particular one, the way they rated it, only 3 agreed or strongly agreed, but you had 2 on the disagree, so it was pretty balanced. So then I would be looking specifically to see the comments that the students had in that area. Then down here are the qualitative responses, and again, you'll see both comments about your course and then comments about the instructor. And so here, for instance, this student said that they'd like to limit the number of discussion boards to 1 per week. And if you, as the instructor, feel, yeah, you know what, 3 of those discussion boards a week was just a killer, this is where you can go to the one-stop shop and fill out a course report and say, I think that this class needs to be reevaluated because I do think that 3 discussion boards a week is too many, and several students are asking about that. Or here, to kind of look at what some of the themes are. This one talks about a weekly video being really good. Um, let's see here. It's somebody else here wrote about the weekly videos. Um, I think somebody else had weekly videos in here. And so those would be some of the themes that run through that I would say, oh, my weekly videos were something that I should keep because several students saw that as a positive. Likewise, I think the way that I had people answer this one um, was looking at the way that I didn't um, return papers. So, here took 2 to 3 weeks to get any grades back. Uh, let's see. I had to wait for more than 2 weeks for graded assignments. I didn't respond about his pumpernickel bread. Um, So if you see something like about pumpernickel bread, you might just toss that out because that doesn't really apply to what students are saying. Um, and let's see here. Here was again was a positive about the videos, um, but then it took a long time for me to get information to get assignments back. So part of what we do here is just kind of look at what are the overall themes and what can I improve on. And again, as an instructor myself, I've had several of these occasions where I've had some harsh comments and you have to stop and you think through, well, is that the general opinion? Maybe not the general opinion at all, but it's still something that I should take note of and say, I wonder if I could improve on that in some way in my upcoming class. And so again, the big thing here is to look for the themes, both positive and negative, that go through this, and keep doing better at the things that you do well, and then the things that or students have some criticisms or complaints, look and see if there are ways that you can improve those. And we in the instructional quality department at MBI Distance Learning are very excited about being able to help you, and we're willing to work with you in giving you suggestions if you have any questions. You can also see how your course compared to other courses. You can browse results if you're looking for something. I know somebody said something about pumpernickel bread. You could go back and find that and search the comments. And then you have the opportunity here to print these pages out, and you can also download the information in an Excel document so that you have access to it. So that's kind of a big overview of what you can see here in the faculty data management system and looking at your course evaluations. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to let us know, and we will be glad to help you out more. So thanks so much. Hope you have a wonderful week.